stupid guy, bopped myself on the head. You had all this livestock nutrition, and we know, you know, when I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic, and what said, well, you got plenty of insulin, you're just immune to it. So there's something else wrong, and they're not treating it. And I'm still working on it. I'll find the answer. To pass that course, we had to memorize all of the charts in the book, so I can still tell you that Western oats have 12% crude protein. Cottonseed meal's 33% crude. Any of the crude protein grains that we have, whatever the crude protein level is, 3/4 of it, 75% of it's digestible, the rest of it's not used. We have TDN, total digestible nutrients of a plant. We have the net energy that it provides. Now, why aren't we talking about human food in those farms? And then over on the other page, go out there and it tells us what vitamins these things contain and how much and what minerals they have. If you've got copper deficiency, I see some alfalfa meal down there. Take it, because without copper, if you have copper deficiency, you'll die with an aneurysm. Do the medical doctors tell you that? You lose elasticity of your flesh in your arteries and veins, and so then they swell and they get weak spots and they break. That's an aneurysm. I think everybody ought to really get a hair sample so they know what they need to be putting in their bodies to be healthy. See, I didn't realize it, but copper is what also, when you have copper deficiency, causes you to turn gray prematurely. I'm not deficient in copper anymore. I didn't think about it myself, but I was helping ranchers with their cattle. When a Hereford cow is yellow instead of red, she's deficient in copper. When a black Angus cow has a reddish brown cast to it, instead of being brilliantly black and shiny, it's a copper deficiency. And we don't have time tonight for me to go through all of the minerals. But between the minerals and the vitamins and the 3 essential fatty acids and the amino acids, the proteins, there's 72 elements that you need every day. And I guarantee you're not getting them because our soils, got back to my talk, our soils are depleted because all we've been putting back is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, N, P, and K. It's not taking care of the manganese or magnesium. Yeah, cobalt. You can't grow alfalfa without cobalt. The funny thing of it is, if you're deficient, it takes 1 thimbleful spread over an acre to take care of the cobalt. We're talking about micronutrients that we need, and we need them in such small amounts that we don't think about it. But if our beef cattle are fed on deficient grains, you're going to be deficient. If your beans and your corn and your peas and your lettuce and spinach and cabbage and broccoli and all the cold crops and carrots and all the rest of them, if they're grown on deficient soils, we can make them look pretty with N, P, and K, but we're not getting everything there. Now, I do suggest you take supplements. I really do. I think they're necessary, because we don't know when we go to H-E-B or to one of the other big, Walmart's got groceries now. But when you buy from the Valley of the Jolly Green Giant, you don't know what they did to produce those. I had to say that so I can get you to come to farmers market. But anyway, we need our soils to be a living soil, and we cannot do it with organic matter. That soil cannot live. I know places where they grow watermelons or whatever, and they used to put a big plant tarp out and they gassed it. Methyl bromide. What does it do, David?
Kills everything.
Everything. Weed, seeds, grass, and don't care a bug of any kind in there when you get through with it. Hopefully they took that off the market. At least I don't think you can get it anymore unless you know where the drain system is. David and I both just got through getting our to use so we maintain our pesticide license. But before I do agriculture in the public places, we can't even go out and spray nests in children's playground equipment with over-the-counter spray bomb without having a license. And the San Marcos, when I retired, I worked as their horticulturalist for 8 years, and they still operate under my license and still play to come over to guys and try them and talk to them. And the new cemeteries, the State Veterans Land Board's building, I'll say those, and got a contract on all of them, and guys procure grants at you, and now he hauls me down there and kicks me out. He goes somewhere else. He figures I'm through. And so we're running remission. We'll have one old Abilene, we're going to build 11 of them, and I may not have time to do anything else and get all of them. I've already been one where they're going to put one in Corpus, and yes, there's arsenic soil, but I told them I didn't think it hurt anybody was going to keep there. I thought that was kind of funny, but anyway. But going to Mission is one place because, like tonight, I juiced one big ruby red grapefruit and 4 tangerines. It has to be a variety that y'all probably never get to taste, because Clement Orchard has just a few trees, and I get going there and pick them, and then I go by where they make the Texan orange juice and grapefruit juice in the big cans. I mean, we were getting those when I was a little kid. Picked up a 55-gallon barrel of gold. That's my orange oil, my insecticide spray on my trees. Now mix it with molasses, compost tea, and then my minor micronutrients that I may need in the way. And it's amazing, I'm going to tell y'all to use tissue test instead of a soil test. However, you do need a soil test at least one time. Find out what the pH of the soil is. A good soil test tell you how much organic matter is in the soil. But the rest of the time, you really need to do a tissue test, and I'll tell you why. By the way, I heard two of the guys here mentioning about K. Chandler dying. I've known him since 1963. And here's for his slab down there, the textile slab. It tells you how to take tissue and how to fill it out and send it in. And then when you get the report back, it's going to look like this. Since I have been 93 or 94, I started adding mulch under my peach trees, and the PhDs man them told me, don't do it. You're going to mess up the fruiting schedule, and you're going to delay the fruit, and I can't remember what all they told me now, but yes ma'am.
What is a tissue test?
Take the leaf and the little stem the leaf's growing on, which is a petiole, and you take those fresh, nice young leaves really from inside a peach tree, but if you're on a strawberry plant, we take the top leaves or the new leaves off of beans, peas. You only get about 50 leaves and put them. This actually tells you how to use one of the dishwashing soaps and to wash those leaves and dry them. Dry them real good, put them in a brown paper bag and mail them to the lab, and they'll come back and tell you. Now I've been putting. You don't understand yet?
I didn't. Where's the tissue? Oh, the tissue. You're talking about the leaf, not a Kleenex.
Right.
I'm sorry, I never thought about needing to tell whether it's toilet or facial or. Well, we're talking about plant tissue here. Okay, I started putting compost, and I did on boy, I'd make sure it wasn't over 4 inches. When the truck comes in and dumps, I pile it on there, because if I put 4 inches, it's gone in 2 years. I put it 12 inches deep, it's gone in about 4 years, 5. Goes fast. This little green area says that's what's desired. Over here on the 2 most expensive chemicals you can buy in a fertilizer bag, nitrogen and phosphorus. Both my soils was totally depleted.